How many people here have heard of or understand the term hyperbitcoinization? Not enough.
Hyperbitcoinization. Granted, it's a new word I've never heard before.
Hyperbitcoinization. What the heck is that term? What does it mean?
And what is hyperbitcoinization?
What is hyperbitcoinization?
How would you define hyperbitcoinization? What does that term mean to you?
Hyperbitcoinization.
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 This will lead to hyperbitcoinization.
That's when hyperbitcoinization will ensue because
That's it. That's hyperbitcoinization.
Hyperbitcoinization. Is this a term that you guys have coined?
No, but I think we're going to adopt it.
How does that relate to like hyperbitcoinization, right? I think when this term was first hijacked by the BTC community from the person who coined the term, Daniel Krawisz. And
Daniel was a writer for the Mises Institute. He was I believe, a co-founder of the Nakamoto Institute. Most of the phrases that all the people that don't understand Bitcoin use on a regular basis, like hyperbitcoinization and a lot of the old school stuff, comes from Daniel.
What do you think about hyperbitcoinization? I've always subscribed to Daniel Krawisz's theory about that.
Where hyperbitcoinization is no longer a concept, an idea that Daniel Krawisz spoke about in 2013, but it's now a reality.
It's a funny word, that hyperbitcoinization.